Well, the aftermarket definitely gets some of the parts right, but sometimes the execution with the little things just don't really fit well. And today I'm going to try to take care of our turn off road taillight guards, because just one little thing has been bothering me for a little bit. So let's get started. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Nick, aka Dad, and like I was saying, the aftermarket gets the parts right, but sometimes the execution just falls short sometimes, and sometimes it's just because of what's available to put on the part to help it be protective, to be whatever that part is. Sometimes maybe the bolts aren't real nice, or maybe the riv nuts that it comes with are a little lackluster, things like that. Just some of those little pieces. And on our turn off road taillight guards, the one thing that bothers me is the little foam that they give you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you've got the taillight guards from Turn Off Road. They're a really nice product. I love these things. They give you plenty of mounting options for extra lights if you want to. I have set coffee on top of here. It's a great little place just to put a tool. I've even used these for my T-handles when I'm working on something. Just slide these dudes down in there and let them sit like that. These things are awesome. The one thing that kind of falls short though for me is the little 3M foam strips. They constantly are poking out. I mean, here you can see me kind of wiggling around. I try to get it tight, and they put them on here just to protect your paint, obviously, but they keep popping out. I keep having to pull these out and readjust them. So today I'm going to see if I can come up with an option that will still protect the body but look a lot nicer and not have to worry about these things constantly just poking out from the body all the time. So let's see what we can come up with. Another great thing about Turn Off Road is their parts are easy to install, plus easy to take off again if have to. Well, in this case, I just need my 5mm Allen and take out all of the 3 bolts that they have that holds this on for your tail light guard. So let me get this off. Let's get into the garage where it's a little less sunny. Well, now that we have this taken off, we need to get rid of the foam strip here. Now, I need to clean that up too, get the adhesive off as best I can. I've got some degreaser, and we've got a nylon brush here. I don't want to mess up the powder coat, so we'll do that. Just kind of get a nice clean surface. And then we've got some options. So in the garage, I've got some more foam tape, but this one is definitely thinner. May not squish out. Obviously, it's not anywhere near as thick as what's on here. So you've got that ridge right there versus this thin stuff right here. So still will protect the body, but may not be as tight as I really want it. So then I've also got some of this weather stripping sitting around. Now I use this, well, I actually purchased it because people were talking about the wind noise from the hardtops and different ways to get around that and adding weather stripping and all that. Well, never really did it. Don't really mind the sound of the hardtop. So I've got this. Maybe we'll try this as well. Put a comment down below right now. What do you think? Is the weather stripping going to work out better, or is the foam tape? Let's get to clean this up and we'll see which one. Well, we've got all the foam tape taken off. I've actually got it with some degreaser, getting all the residue off. And I think I'm going to start off with the foam tape. We'll see how that does. Find the end of it here. And we'll just cut this to length, or at least get pretty close. And then we can stick it back on the Bronco and we'll see what we think here. All right. Well, as you can see, I have our foam tape on there. I've actually even cut off the edges and rounded it down here at the bottom. Same thing up here at top. I took it a little bit longer than it needed to be just so I could cut that off. And I've just been kind of sitting here pressing on this just to make sure it's nice and firm against it, that it's not going to come up and off. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to be thick enough or not. So let's go put this on the Bronco and see what it looks like. We've got the taillight guard back on, and let's see what it looks like now. Okay, well you can see there's the foam tape. And there's a little bit of a gap. It is touching up here at the top, but not so much down here. So it's not super thick, at least not enough to really be contacting the body a bunch. I mean, it's not really moving though either because of those 3 bolts that you put in, but we are getting a little bit of movement down here on the bottom. But you're really just wanting to keep that 3M tape on there just to, or the foam tape on there just to, you know, protect the body. And if it hits that, I'd be surprised that it's going to do anything. But you know what? Let's just check to see on the other side, on our passenger side, if we use the weather stripping, what would it look like? Now that I've got the passenger side tail light guard off, you know, I'm repeating the same steps, taking off the old foam tape here, and now I just need to clean up all the adhesive on it and use a degreaser, and then we'll throw on the weather stripping that I have, and we'll see if that works any better. Well, just like the foam tape, I'm gonna basically just lay this down where it's gonna be, and then we'll cut to length here, and hopefully it'll work out just as well as the foam tape did, being able to kind of move it to where I need it, and hopefully it'll look good and maybe even function better. Let's see. Well, I've got the weather stripping on here, just pressing it down like I did the foam tape, making sure that 3M adhesive is on there really well and not going to move around. And I did some trimming, show you here. So on the bottom end, kind of gave it a little bit of an angle to fit with that there. And I did a little trimming at the top. You can kind of see it there, a little exposed there, trying to get that angle, but you know, just didn't want a bunch of it hanging out the top. But once we put it on, we'll see how it, you know, squishes up against the body, see if I need to do any more trimming, but we'll see here. So let's get it put on the Bronco and see which one looks better and maybe functions better. Now that we've got it bolted back to the Bronco, let's take a look and see how we think the weather stripping looks versus the foam. All right, and there is the weather stripping. It's in there nice and tight. It fills up that gap a little bit better, and actually kind of looks like an OEM type of gasket, like around a headlight or something. So I may have to go with this. This may be the better option. Sorry, we're on the wrong side of the vehicle to be showing this, but I think I'll switch out for this on the driver's side. Maybe we can get a better shot of it there. But yeah, I like this better. Looks a little bit nicer, cleaner, and no gaps. Well, here it is on the driver's side. You can see here's our weather stripping going down here. And like I was saying on the other side, it kind of looks like a factory gasket around a taillight or headlight assembly, you know, back in the day. But yeah, it definitely looks nicer. You know, it is bulging out a little bit, but that's to be expected when you're putting pressure from the taillight guard against the body. But I like it a lot better. It doesn't look like it shouldn't be there, like it's just a bunch of 3M foam tape. So I like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. All right, let's wrap this up. Well, I really do like our turn off road taillight guards on our Bronco. These things are really robust. You can see the video of it. We'll post a link up top here. You can get to that video. Watch us install them. Super easy install. Just that foam tape just kept bulging out, and I'd have to take off the guard, push it back in, kind of situate it, then squish it all back down again, and then just to have to do it again. So we'll see how well this lasts, and maybe it's the wind or circulation of air around the tail section that's pulling it out or just making, you know, disturbing it a little bit. We'll see how this works, but I really am a fan now. I've got it on both the driver's side and the passenger side. It looks really good. It'll protect the paint. Another mod well, not really a mod, but just something we added. On these taillight guards from Turn, they have a metal bracket. Well, that bracket sometimes can get into your tailgate when you shut it. We were doing some paint work on it. So basically just took some of that foam tape that we had first used on this side, the thinner stuff, and just wrapped it around that edge. Still lets the tailgate close, but again, just a simple little thing you can do to protect the paint. You don't have it just bashing against there. Even though the tailgate is aluminum, it's not going to rust, but you will get some oxidation at some point. We repainted that, got that foam tape to protect it. So just another tip from Monk and I to you on something you can do on your Bronco. But if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, because we're going to find more tips, tricks, and products that we use on our Bronco that you can use on yours. And also, if you want a link to this, we've got one down in the description. It's for Turn Off Road. You use that link and you can get 10% off your entire cart, no matter what you choose, except for hardtops. But they have everything at Turn Off Road. Everything from taillight guards, roofs, to even suspension components from all of your favorites, Fox, Icon. Take a look. You can get everything you need at Turn Off Road. But as always, we appreciate you watching. Hit that like button. Share this video out to others who may want to update their Turn Off Road taillight guards, or maybe they're running something else and need, some fix for theirs. Pass it on to them. But have a great day. We appreciate you. Talk to you later. Bye.